I thought, well, that'd be fun to put him in the football pool this year.
Uh-huh.
Because I would love to interview Charles Manson's son. So I said to Gary, yeah, book him for the show. Let's talk to Charles Manson's son. So I couldn't believe our good luck, because I understand there really is a son out there,
yes.
Charles Manson, and that...
I thought he changed his name and a whole bunch of things.
And I had read that he was embarrassed being Charles Manson's son, so him sort of coming out of the closet on our show, I figured would be a big news deal. But last night I'm sitting in front of my computer reading Will's notes, because he pre-interviewed Charles Manson's son, and I'm of the belief that this is not Charles Manson's son.
All right.
I believe this is a guy with a rock and roll band looking to get on the show.
And the band is called Charles Manson's Son.
No, it's not called that, but it's close. I'm reading the notes. I'll read them to you, all right?
All right.
Matthew claims to be the son of Charles Manson. Matthew says he has a striking resemblance to Manson. He says people called him Manson before he knew Manson was his father. He was adopted when he was a week old. He had a very normal childhood. Matthew considers his adoptive parents to be his real parents. Okay, good. So far I'm reading, I go, all right, no problem. At age 28, Matthew was able to track down his birth mother through an adoption agency. Matthew contacted his mother and asked who the father was. She eventually told him she had conceived him while having sex with Charles Manson and 3 other men, so she wasn't sure who the father was.
Oh, forget about it.
And then we find out the biological mother said that she was at an orgy, and the Kool-Aid was doused with LSD, and that she wouldn't submit to having sex, and then she was raped, and she was completely out of it, and then she mentioned that Charlie Manson was there.
So he might not have even been in the group of people who had sex with her.
It sounds like the mother is has some mental problem.
Right. And this isn't Charles Manson's son's story, as far as I know.
No.
He is with his biological mother, I think.
Actually, one of Manson's sons that they acknowledge committed suicide a couple of years ago.
Is that right?
So we're about to interview a guy whose mother at one time was in the same room as Charles Manson?
We don't even know that.
Yeah.
So bring in Matthew, and then the story gets worse, because Matthew wrote Manson some letters in prison. And even Manson wrote back a 4-page... Let me see this guy.
Garbage.
I mean, you look like Charles Manson, but so do I.
But, I mean, he's trying to look like
He's
Charles
trying to
Manson.
look like Charlie Manson.
Do you have a big hemorrhoid? Maybe that'll do.
Do you have a big hemorrhoid?
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what
See, no offense, Matthew. I don't think you're Charles Manson's son.
He looks like him.
But he's trying, Artie.
Oh, is he?
I think he's a guy who looks like Charles Manson, and I think he has a band, and you would like to have people think you're Charles Manson's son. Am I correct, Matthew?
No, actually not. I mean, this isn't something... When I received the letters from him, I kept that to myself for about 1.5 years or 2 years. I didn't really tell anyone, and I told a couple people. The drummer of my band started telling people at the club I was playing at, and it kind of just snowballed. In fact, the article that came out in the Globe, I was at a party, and I was telling this guy who I'd seen at these various artist parties downtown LA, and told him the story. He was a freelance writer, and he put it in there, and it wasn't something that I even pursued.
Well, you asked Charles, one second, Robert. You asked Charles Manson in your letter to allow you to have a DNA test to find out if you are Charles Manson's son, and he just said to you, Charles Manson said to you, you're just trying to live off my name, Charles Manson.
No, the letter I wrote, I was asking him, did he remember my mother in this event that took place, and he said that he did, and he remembered being in Cook County, and then he sent a second letter.
Have you seen these letters, Howard?
No, I haven't seen the letters.
There are no copies of them even.
Well, maybe there are. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying he hasn't provided those to you.
We have the letters. You can see them.
But I mean, anyone can write to
Because
Charles
I'd like
Manson.
to see what Charles Manson said back.
Sure.
Yeah, we've written to Charles Manson.
He doesn't write back to us.
No, he doesn't
Maybe
write
we
to
should
us.
tell him we're his son.
Well, he wrote back right away and then sent a second letter, saying something about riding on his coattails or whatever, and then I didn't write him back since, so,
So he doesn't need anybody leeching off his fame.
yeah, he does,
But aren't people going to say to you, and I guess I'm one of them, that you got a band, you do have a resemblance to Charles Manson, you got the long hair and everything, and you got the goatee.
Right.
Aren't people going to say to you, listen, it's hard becoming a rock and roll star.
You need something.
Everybody needs a gimmick. If they think they're singing Charles Manson's son, maybe it would propel you into that next level of fame.
Yeah, I think, sure, that's certainly a possibility. That's not the case, but I can't.
Is Howard right in saying that your mother is mental?
Yeah, she's a little bit.
Yeah,
She's
she's crazy, so she'll go along with anything, wouldn't she?
Well, yeah, I don't know. She's the one who led me down this path. I didn't lead her down this path. So this is her story. And,
Yeah, but she's gone down a lot of dead ends.
I just want to know the truth myself. If it's not true, then so be it. Right. I want to get the results, and then we can put an end to all this.
Well, I don't think Charlie's coming up with any DNA for it.
Well, no one can force Charles Manson, I guess, to give you proof, right?
No, that's true. He has, I guess, DNA on file or something, but you need some kind of a criminal case to get access to that.
I see. So you will never know if Charles Manson really is your father.
I don't know. I mean, I've got some people working on it. I'm hoping they can pull through and convince him.
Would you like Charles Manson to be your father?
Not necessarily. I really don't care. I mean, whatever the truth is, that's the reason I, started this process, just to find out the truth and whatever.
Did she give you the names of the other guys who were at the party?
She did give me a couple other names.
John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, so then maybe you can get some DNA from those guys.
Right.
Yeah, eliminate them.
Yeah. The one individual, she said that was there, that she sent a picture of him also, and just doesn't look.
Although I'm sure if you send a letter to one of these guys and say, "Hey, my mom claims you raped her,"
yeah, they're not gonna.
They might not cooperate.
Oh, I'll step right up.
Yeah, let me. I was at that gangbang, sure. So it would be very difficult to prove. There is a kid who is actually Charles Manson's son that was raised and, in fact, has fought furiously to keep it a secret. I thought you were that guy when Gary told me.
I wonder, can we get the results, DNA from him, and make some kind of match?
Well, there you go. Is that possible?
You could do that.
I don't know how genetics works on that level.
Well, we could contact him for you. I know that we've tried.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so maybe we could help you with that. I mean, you might be Charles Manson's son, but I might be Charles Manson's son. In fact, I'm thinking it would be better to be Charles Manson's son than Ben Stern's son.
Well, at least he made a name for himself in the field.
My dad never did anything. My old man didn't make any money, nothing.
Charles became notorious.
At least Charles was the best in his field.
It's a good gimmick, because I got this job because I'm Ted Bundy's nephew.
Right. Hey, we'd find out we're brothers.
I mean, a lot of the dates added up, and some of her stories corroborated some of the other stories. The one girl, Mary Bruner, that was, Charlie's whatever, that had his first son, was from the exact same area of Wisconsin that my mother was from, and so there's a lot of corroborative evidence also that leads.
You just want to find out who your real father is. That would be kind of cool for you.
That's it.
And the fact of the matter is that Charles Manson wrote you back, but it was hostile, the letters, right?
The first one wasn't. The first one was very, giving me advice. I'll leave the letters with you. You can read them. And
if you want some advice from me, don't take advice from Charles Manson.
Were they handwritten, or does he use a computer?
No, it was handwritten all at the side of the page.
In blood.
Oh, wonderful.
On the inside of the letter, very, And
he's crazy.
He said that her mother chased him away, calling him white trash, whatever, and that's what she told me, or whatever. It doesn't seem like he could have otherwise known that had he not been there at that time. So, at the very least, it seems as though he was at that place at that time, and
right.
There's a 1 in 4 chance, or whatever, that he's the father. And then when I look in the mirror, it's
They do have that Manson look.
I wonder if
features that
you do freak me out a little, but I'll tell you that.
I wonder if Charlie gets a lot of these letters.
Yeah, you kind of do look like him. I'm putting the picture up behind you. I'm doing a side-by-side comparison. Yeah, you got the look.
I'm not even talking, when I say that, I'm not talking about his hair and the goatee. I'm talking about just like his bone structure, face.
You think? I don't
know, yeah.
Well, everyone says if I try to look like him. I've had long hair my entire life, so this isn't something that's new for me as far as my look goes. But
right, so we really don't have any proof. You don't have any proof that you're Charles Manson's son, and you say kids used to call you Manson.
Well, at times, yeah, people have done that before I knew anything.
But you do have a rock band, right?
Yeah, we do.
All right. So,
Did you get your father's musical talent?
Yeah,
I think so. He's a good,
You think he's good?
I think so.
You don't want to have his musical
talent. No, it's a little dated, but
Yeah. I didn't think he had much musical talent. I mean, no offense to your maybe dad.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what I'll do for you, the only thing I can say is, look, I can contact the kid we know who is Charles Manson's son, who is a recluse and doesn't want that information out at all.
Right, doesn't like it known at all.
Yeah, he's really bummed out about it. And I could contact him and find out, and then give you the DNA test, and you can find out once and for all. So I'm going to work on that for you. All right, so if anything good comes out of that, or bad, you can thank me.
Yeah, I mean, which is the good and which is the bad? If Charlie is your dad, is that good? I don't know.
Well, if you really want to convince people, go all the way. Get the swastika.
In the middle of the forehead.
Yeah, do that. I mean, if you came in with that, I would have went, that's the guy.
He looks exactly like.
And then you know what I would do as a musician? I would get those old recordings of Charles Manson and do a duet with him like Natalie Cole did with Nat King Cole. How cool would that be? Where do you live?
I live in Hollywood.
Hollywood, California. Yeah. Wait, you have to sing with this.
I am a mechanical man. A mechanical man.
That's right,
And I
Dad.
do the best I can.
Yeah.
Because I have my family.
Me too.
I am a mechanical boy. I am my mother's toy. And I play in the backyard sometimes.
I can relate to that. I'm a bad musician too.
I'm just happy I'm not mentally ill, at least
So far.
Yeah,
from what I
somehow.
can tell anyway.
Yeah, you're all right.
If all those genes got together, how did you miss?
I don't know.
Well, did you go to visit like Manson's mother? No, I mean, like maybe say, hey, Grandma, I'm here.
Is she around?
I don't know. Is she alive? Or...
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about all this. This been the last like 2 years basically that this
Right.
is. I haven't really researched a whole lot about the guy.
And where's your music? Did you bring any with you?
Yeah, I think we have some somewhere. We sent some couple of songs. Band's doing well. We're playing New Rising
You
Sun.
got a record contract?
No, we don't have a deal.
Check out Matthew Roberts' band New Rising Sun at newrisingsun.com.
SON.
SON.com, right? And I wish you luck. I wish I knew if you were Charles Manson, but I'm going to try and help you find out.
Maybe we'll find out and then we'll come back.
And no music, huh? Nothing.
No, Baba Booey didn't give me anything.
You didn't give me any?
Baba Booey.
We'll get you some.
What's your relationship like with your mother?
Which one, the mental mother?
Yeah, the mental mother.
Yeah, not very good. I don't really talk to her much. She writes me still every now and again. I don't really respond to her. So she's in another world, I guess.
Right.
I don't really want to.
Maybe you should just...
It's probably the same kind of relationship we'd have with Charlie, even if he was your father.
Right. Yeah, I don't expect to have much of a relationship with these people.
Have you ever, like, stabbed a pregnant woman to death or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay. Well, it might be his son.
I do wonder, though, I mean, as
must
an
die.
adopted child, you usually have fantasies of who your parents might be.
Yeah.
And what happens when you find out your mom's a mental case and
Yeah,
you may be the product of a gang rape?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting, I guess, philosophical challenge to deal with.
Yeah, it could make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
You might need some therapy.
Not as bad as if you're 36 and your mother still makes you meatballs every day.
How many guys in this band?
4.
4 guys. What do you play?
I'm the singer.
Singer. Would you like Charles Manson to be paroled so you can spend some time with your dad?
I don't know. I mean,
You don't? I do.
I got an answer. Chris?
I just kind of.
Oh, you did good.
I'm just a dream. Somebody tell me what it all means. I am the wound. I am the salt. I am the burn. I'm the fault. I can't escape. I'm being raped. I am a prisoner of my fate. So welcome to the world. But nothing's real. How are you ever gonna know the way I feel?
See, you're too normal. You've got to, when you go out and promote, you got to just start speaking gibberish. And,
You know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering if Charlie would have played this while he's, tell him to play this while they were killing people back in the day.
it's a good song to kill people, too, I think.
That's bad.
That's pretty cool. I wish you luck with it. I'll find out. I'm going to find out if you are Charles Manson, so I'm going to help you anyway.
Do you make your living with music?
Yeah, I'm a DJ at strip clubs.
Oh, okay.
Nice. You ever bang any of the strippers?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Nice. That's hot. You don't go out with them, though, do you?
Sometimes.
Like you live with them?
At times, I mean, every girlfriend I've ever had has pretty much been a stripper, so.
No kidding. Sounds like Charles Manson.
You are cool. That's nice.
Kind of.
That's hot.
What strip club are you at?
I work at one called Gentleman's Club in Glendale, another called Star Strip 2 in Silver Lake.
We have to come visit you at work.
Yeah, come on down.
I know that one in
We'll
Silver
get you some
Lake.
lap dances.
Yeah.
What's the move? You just hang out with them and you're their friends and everything, and then you end up banging them?
Yeah, sometimes, pretty
That's
much.
cool.
There's some, you know.
Now I don't even care if you're Charles Manson's son. I just want about banging strippers.
Yeah, he's got French benefits there.
You ever work over at that Crazy Girls in La Brea?
I did actually. I worked there on a New Year's Eve once. They called me and somebody didn't show up for work.
There was a lot of good chicks over there.
You ever get two of those bitches at the same time?
No, not from Crazy Girls, but
Other times you've had two at the same time? Look at you. You might be missing son.
Just don't try to get a whole family thing going.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'll get a bus and we'll go on tour.
And it's cool to work in a strip club because these chicks hang around with you and you think like,
They
wow.
get to know you.
Yeah.
Right, and you're
And
not
then
like
they,
like you're not the loser who is just you have to
Right,
be there.
you have to be
working
there.
See, I was always so stupid about work. Like, during the summers, I was a dishwasher at a summer camp.
Yeah, not a lot of chicks.
I should have been a dishwasher at a strip club.
I'm telling you, man,
You know?
think about it because you're there working with them. It's like,
Yeah.
Does the dishwasher get girls?
Sure.
yeah, there's a lot of
Cool guy.
residual chicks.
Everyone who works at a strip club is girls. But then you go in there on your day off and nobody knows you.
Oh, really?
You go to a club on your day off to another club and it's different. When you're working there, then
They trust you.
you're just a customer, I guess.
Oh, man, I would bring home a whole bunch of strippers and bang them all at once.
That's hot.
That is way hot.
Yeah,
That's
I
hot.
enjoy it. Plus, I get to hear cool music all the time. And
But what if you get attached to one of them, then you're there spinning the records and some dude's getting a lap dance and you get all jealous?
I guess you can't be the jealous type if you're gonna date a stripper, but
You've gotten to see that lots in your life.
That's the tape of a stripper I dated.
What?
This right here. She was interesting.
Was that the one that charged you?
Yeah, the $500.
Did any of them ever try to charge you?
was it a girl or?
That was a girl. I thought it was a girl, right?
Yeah, it was a chick.
But they never tried to charge you. You've never had a stripper say, oh, it'll be
for a lap
$500.
dance?
No, not for a lap dance.
Well, my father never murdered anyone. That's kind of cool.
For sex.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
What a cool rap.
Good for you, man. I didn't know you were getting laid that much.
Yeah.
We thought you were a loser like us.
Did it slack off when they found out you might be Charles Manson's son, or did that increase?
I don't really tell too many people, but the few that I did, probably a couple got scared. Maybe, I don't know.
Can I tell you something? If I was a chick, I almost am one. I watch a lot of gay television shows. But if I was a chick, man, and some dude, like, you're doing him, and he goes, hey, I'm Charles Manson's son, I think. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You hear that little sound of the feet hitting the
Just the
floor.
idea that he's making a claim like that.
Right.
Strippers are demented, though. They just love fame.
Yeah, they're nuts.
Especially in L.A. Like, they would probably dig that,
What
right?
are you saying, Artie? Why are you disparaging
I'm
strippers?
just saying some strippers. Like if Bin
All
Laden,
strippers.
if Bin Laden came to this country, he'd go into a strip club, walk out with 5 chicks.
He'd be
That's why I picked the craziest one I could find,
Famous.
so
Right.
you can't say anything about me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no matter what you do to them, they're like, hey, she's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, this is Matthew Roberts. I don't know if he's Charles Manson's son or not, neither does he, but he does have a group out, band, and he wants you to check it out, newrisingsun.com, sun with an S-O-N kind of thing.
Send us copies of the letters. I'd like to see Charlie's
Yeah,
letters.
we just like to read Charlie Manson's. You know, we can't sit here and BS about Charles Manson
That's
all day.
right.
All right, we're going to take a break. Thank you, Matthew Roberts, Charles Manson's maybe son. We'll be back right after these words.
Got a circle, man, that man lives inside of. He lives inside this circle. He's responsible for this circle and this circle only. You can take that to the House of Rising Sun in Japan, the samurai. You can take that to the Second World War. You can take it hanging on a cross. You can kill me 1,000 times, but it's still there. It makes no difference whether I'm in the circle or not. It's still there. What this man does outside that circle is none of my business. But if he comes up to the circle, I'm going, stand on my circle. If you don't stand on my circle, you're with your own life here. Your own life, man. Can't see it's your life. It's not mine. I'm just another guy walking down the road going, how many times I got to go through? God, I got a face.